Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's trade breakdown. We did have a little bit of a rough day today. I think I lost about 65 handles total. So I'm just going to go ahead and break that down for you. This morning we had Jolt's job opening, and we had, what even was it? Some speaker as high impact news drivers coming out. So coming into the market this morning, I was bearish. I was wanting to take out all this liquidity, this overnight liquidity. In the previous few days, a lot of relatively equal lows here, a lot of liquidity built up down here. So I was anticipating a run down here today, and then probably eventually a run to new all-time highs later sometime this week. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and get into the trades it took and why, and what we can learn from them. So because we had those news drivers come out today, I wanted to wait until they did come out, wait until 10 o'clock macro, see what we were working with. So we had all these smooth highs up here from the pre-market session. At the same time, ES still had London session liquidity and all this pre-market liquidity as well. So at around 10 o'clock, we ran up here, took out London on ES, took out all the highs on NQ. We created this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. I'll talk more about that in a second. So I was expecting us to take out this liquidity and run down here. So why did I use this BISI right here? Let's go to our higher time frame. I said before the market opened, I was looking at this daily wick from yesterday here, and the reason I chose this BISI is because it perfectly overlaps this octant right here on that wick. So I go short in here, nice little 80-point round down into here, creating these equal lows, stopped right on this lower octant here of this wick. So it stopped right here. Now, I want you guys to notice how we use this wick as a ladder to just climb higher today. So we obviously come down here, we touch this balanced price range on the hourly, pretty much right when market opens. We come down here, take out all of this liquidity, take out these London lows, and we work into this Asia range here. So we came down here, all we did was touch it. We just touched it with the wick and started to run higher. That's obviously very bullish, and I chose to ignore that this morning, as well as a few other things. So why did we come down in here to make this run higher today to new all-time highs? Well, if we grade this range from this low here, created in the Asia session, to this high in the pre-market, we can see that all we were doing is coming down into this discount. All we were doing is breaking equilibrium of that range to come down into a discount for smart money to accumulate longs, to get into longs, to stop out anybody that was in the marketplace from London and run price higher. So obviously a little offsides today, made some very impatient trades. I really wanted to see this pool of liquidity taken. So what could I have done to not take this trade and to not take this trade? and to not take this trade. So let's go look at the higher time frames here. So we open up, rip down into here, and have a beautiful reaction out of it, creating this hourly wick. And we close inside of this balanced price range, this balanced hourly price range that I was anticipating to hold price and then send it lower, which obviously did not happen. So we run up here, we close above the midpoint of this balanced price range, which immediately pretty much should have told me, okay, we're not really looking to respect this balanced price range here. Then obviously I shorted here, respected this lower octet perfectly, came back up into here, showing no interest of respecting this this balanced price range here. So made this trade at 11:30 and at 11 because we took out this high. ES was running higher. Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of an impatient trade. We closed below this gap just barely, but all we were doing was coming back and touching the this gap right here that overlaps this midpoint of this daily wick that I highlighted here. So that right away shows me, okay, your offsides, price is likely going to new all-time highs. We then get above it again here on this 10 o'clock candle. I should have never taken this trade in the first place. Very impatient, very tunnel vision. It happens. We all do it as traders. So now I know, should have known, this is bullish price action. We are going higher. Obviously we're into new all-time highs, and we are respecting this balanced price range to the upside now. So why did I take this next trade? I took this trade because we took out new all-time highs on NASDAQ, but had yet to do so on ES and still have yet to do so. So that divergence made me really want to see price drop today in the lunch session, but we had already done this whole move in the AM session for New York, so we can be expecting price to kind of consolidate in the lunch session, which is pretty much what we had happen here. Didn't really do anything, and then PM session comes around, still not really doing anything. So how can we avoid this? Price obviously just made it bigger and higher, ran up the whole AM session, and then took out high. So we can pretty much be expecting some consolidation, some accumulation of orders after that coming into the lunch session. Obviously should have waited to the PM session to get a better look at price, see what we were working with. Now, I really want you guys to pay attention to how we're using these levels here. It's you can't tell me that this is not algorithmic price action. Look how we're constantly using these octet levels. Yeah, these days happen as traders sometimes. The main thing we can do to avoid this is focus on the higher time frames. Focus on focus on how we're behaving around these higher time frame P arrays, how we're using these quadrant octet levels. It's very obvious now, hindsight. This is the trade that should have been taken. It's tricky when you have news coming out and when you're around all-time highs. But we come down here at 10:30, touch the upper octet of this range we highlighted earlier, and then just slowly grind our way higher to new all-time highs. So we're probably looking at this being taken at some point this week. I'm really expecting that to happen at some point. Hopefully we can position ourselves correctly to catch that move. So we'll see how the rest of the afternoon looks. But I am anticipating this level to be hit at some point, probably before we run lower to take out all this liquidity down here. Notice in the Asia session, we came back and utilized this exact same volume imbalance that I highlighted the last 2 days. We just keep using it. I'm expecting a big down close candle at some point to come take out some of this, maybe nice retracement into some of this huge bullish run higher. So yeah, we'll just have to see. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a better day tomorrow. Be a little more disciplined, a little more patient. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.